I think I would make a great sports announcer. Not a great sportsman, not a great sporting announcer, sports announcer. And now I forgot even why I'm so angry. My whole body just clenched up. Oh, because all you need to have is a little excitement, some music, and a voice. I didn't mean to say excitement. I was thinking music to create excitement. But really, all you really need to have is you have knowledge of the game at least. I'm not gonna, and you have to want to do the sport. I'm not gonna do golf and whisper the whole time. Oh, the championship's been won. He won. I'm not gonna do that. Who would do that? To have a job where you can only whisper. That's as close to a vow of silence as you can take. I bet it infiltrates your regular life too. You just start whispering all the time. Golf, no. Certain sports, hockey's fun. It's like a music. Listening to hockey, I always thought as a kid, the pucks ricochet, and all the players have great names like Fetisov and Konstantinov, Fedorov. Well, I'm naming all the Russian five. The Detroit Red Wings had five Russian players. In addition to the three I named, they also had Larionov and Kozlov, the Russian five. When I was a kid, the Detroit Red Wings had the Russian five, and then after they won the Stanley Cup, there was a limo accident, and two of the five were hurt. One was put in a wheelchair and never played hockey or moved much. I don't think spoke again. Maybe he did. Actually, I think he held up the Stanley Cup many years later. The other one I think played again. There was a limo driver, but no one knows his name or what he did or if he ever rode in a limo again. I don't mean the driver, I mean the guy with them in the limo. The driver was drunk. And that's what happened to the Russian five. But really, as a kid, I thought every team had a Russian five. That's the weird part. I only learned later in life, because I remember they'd send us the things home in the Detroit Free Press. They'd send us, the Russian five home, one every week, especially during the playoffs. And my brothers and I would go crazy trying to get up that morning and get that Russian. I usually did. Anyway, I thought every hockey team had a Russian five, like it was part of their team. But in the Russian five, after the accident, I thought Detroit would have to replace the two just to maintain the rule of the five. That's why hockey would be fun to announce, because of our Russian five. And here comes the Russian five. Football was cool because it's very militaristic. Got it. 4th and 2 in the shotgun, receiver in motion in the backfield. That's kind of cool to say, even with a stuffy nose. But basketball is very cool because it's a jazzy feel to basketball, with the players' names and just how it's announced, and you can just kind of make a guy almost sound like a god. I always noticed that with Michael Jordan, and here is Jordan. Jordan for three. It's good. Michael's got 40 tonight, and he looks at Van Gundy when he does it, as if to say, "Fuck you, Baldo." Michael from the baseline. It's good. Michael creates the steal, takes it to the hole, with 2 on the shot clock. Michael's on fire tonight. Here is Jordan from the baseline. 3, 2, Michael puts it up. It's good. Bulls win. Bulls win. The son of a bitch did it. The son of a bitch did it. Losing my voice whispering. I said I wasn't going to whisper, being a golfing sports guy. Why do we whisper when we scream? If we're imitating a crowd. Ah! Ah! Why do we whisper when we scream? How do you lose your voice whispering? How do I do that? Maybe it's because I do all these podcasts on an empty stomach. I only eat one meal and it doesn't exist. The meal I eat doesn't have a name. The meal I eat is usually between the hours of 4 and 8 a.m., sometimes in different bites while asleep. There's no name for it. That's the meal I eat. And it's after doing these, so. And man, I'd probably be a great impressionist on a full stomach. I am a great impressionist. What am I talking about? I'm shaking without food in me. It's time for I still have 4 months. It's only midnight. I could have a midnight snack. I could start incorporating that into my diet. I have a midnight snack, and then I have this other meal, I don't know what you'd call it. It's not a snack. It's a full-on meal when I can't stand anymore from my OCD rituals. I don't really want to go in. I mean, I'm not. I'll definitely tell you in person. People definitely know it, but I don't go into it too much on here. But boy, oh boy, I've been through some pain. And why am I saying that in the past? Is that to deflect embarrassment? Go to Rossi comic. Fuck it.